Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Original Rebels Racing League Great American Sim Race 200 here from Daytona International Speedway for the Send It Cup Series Season 2. My name is Zach Wetstein. I'm here with Sam Wetstein. How you doing?
Good evening, Zach. Doing great.
We are here to, like I said, start up the second season of the Saturday Night Send It Cup Series. It's going to be a fun season, and we're going to go ahead and pull up for you guys real quick the schedule for the series, and then we'll get to some guys qualifying. So starting off here today, Daytona, 80 laps around this 2.5 mile track. Then we go to Atlanta and North Wilkesboro before our first bye week, which that is Christmas time, so that is why there's bye week there. And there's the rest of your schedule. Some playoff racing starting in April. So going to see playoff racing this time around instead of just points. So going to be a good one, and looking forward to seeing how this season turns out.
Oh, I'm ready for a fun season. And what better way to start it than Daytona, Florida?
Yep, as we're going to go ahead and check some guys qualifying out right now. I see Will Paisley's out on track. We'll see if we can find him. Maybe not. Tia Swank's out there. Oh, he finished qualifying. It looks like, yeah, he qualified third. A lot of guys already finishing up their qualifying. We still have, here's Rich Yeoman on track.
What a surprise to see Jeff Paisley and Garrett Kinder up front.
Yeah, so far, Jeff Paisley with the pole spot. Garrett Kinder on the outside of the front row. Rich Yeoman, his first qualifying lap puts him 18th. Let's see if he can see where he gets on the grid on this second lap.
Well, I'm sure that will be much better on the second lap.
See him coming down the backstretch. Not a lot to qualifying here. Just running the tightest line you can, closest to that yellow, double yellow line. As you see him drift up just a little bit. The best you can keep that wheel tight and not moving it a lot, the better time you'll get here at Daytona.
And he lost a little there off of 4. That's going to cost him.
He is going to cross the line, and he's going to move up to the 17th position, moving up one spot from his first lap. If you look at up there on the ticker, a lot of the times very close together, and that's what you're going to get here at Daytona. The times in qualifying aren't going to be very separated, and the cars are going to be even closer when they're on track altogether.
Yeah, this is the boring part of the evening when you get all, I think we've got 30 plus cars tonight. Get them all together in a pack and coming by you at 195 miles an hour, and the nerves start shaking and the cars start swinging around. It's going to be a fun night. 80 laps.
And Rich Yeoman going to go off a track, and right now we don't have anybody else qualifying, so we'll take a second to look here shortly at your race info. So like I said, 2.5 mile track. The temperature on track right now is 98 degrees, air temp 72. So track definitely heated up and ready for this daytime race here in Daytona Beach, Florida. Not much to it other than that front stretch, obviously, as you see, is a little curved. But it's more about being in a pack of cars than you really are worrying about beating the track itself.
Yeah, the heat in the track at other tracks would be a concern, but I don't think it does here. Unlimited tires. Uh, Tires don't really wear here. The track doesn't really affect them all that much. So it could affect the guy in the car if it was real live.
Yeah, these guys not having to deal with the real temps at the track, but hey, maybe it's hot in their room and maybe they have a helmet on or something to simulate that. I don't know. Who am I
Hey,
to judge what they do?
if they're diving deep into it, they got the heat turned up, the helmet on, and a big old fire suit on.
See if we got anybody else. Jason Warren on track qualifying. Looks like he's on his first lap currently. We're in that normal 32 for him.
Yeah, I don't have him on the grid yet, so this should be his first lap. I expect some good numbers out of Warren. Racing Jason.
As he crosses the line, and he's going to move up to the 10th position on the first lap.
623. I suspect he'll move up top 5 at least. I'm going to take a good guess at that one.
1 minute left in qualifying, so looks like him and Mickey Isaac will be the last two to set a lap. We'll go over to Mickey Isaac once Warren is done with this lap. So yeah, it looks like 32 in the session tonight. 23 qualified so far. Mickey Isaac will be the 24th.
Yeah, I suspect we have a good number of people that are not qualifying to start in the back tonight.
Warren qualifying 7th on that second lap.
And I would have lost that bet.
Here comes Mickey Isaac in the 01 machine around for his first lap. And I don't think he's going to have enough time for a second lap, so whatever this one is where he's going to qualify. He is going to qualify in the 18th position, so he's going to be in the thick of things tonight. As qualifying coming to a close.
The 24 out of 32 qualified. Got a few newcomers taking up the back, as well as some of the top runners as well. It's a good track to not qualify or get a slow qualify, to start in the back, to let the mess up front take care of itself, and keep your car intact and get to that 80th lap.
Yep, we're going to go ahead and pull up the qualifying grid here soon. Getting the pole position tonight, Jeff Paisley in that 7 machine with a 47.555. Right behind him, Garrett Kinder in the second position. Tia Swank qualifying third. Chris Heiner fourth. And the top 5, Michael Swank. And you can see the rest of the qualifiers there throughout the top 12. And there's the back end of your field with Dustin Franklin rounding out the 32 car field we have tonight.
32 cars. That's going to be quite a pack. That's going to be quite interesting to see how we get around here tonight with some experienced guys. We got some new guys to the field, so we don't know how they're going to race. I imagine they'll do pretty good. Be really nice to see 80 green flag laps at Daytona.
Yeah, I don't think that's something we're going to get.
Just said it'd be nice to see, though.
Yeah, in a perfect world kind of thing.
Yeah, 80 green flag laps with 32 cars running bumper to bumper and side to side.
As pace car about to pull off, and we're going to get set to start the Great American Sim Race 200 here from Daytona International Speedway to kick off Season 2 of the Saturday Night Send It Cup Series. It's going to be a fun one. Like he said, 80 laps. See how many of those are actually green tonight. And these guys are going to start getting it lined up 2 by 2. And we're going to see them lined up 2 by 2 a lot in this race. Not just the pacing laps, but when they're green flag racing, we're still going to see them side by side a lot. So it looks like not all 32 actually gridded. Looks like 26 on track right now.
Just trying to figure out what we were missing some time. Maybe some starting to pit guys.
Yeah, I imagine some of these guys starting the pits. Stay away from all the carnage that might happen. Maybe these guys will be able to not have carnage and will really make those people pay for starting in the pits.
Yeah, if you get 2 or 3 together, you want to run together and start the pit.
Pace car is off of the track, and we are green flag racing here for the Saturday night Send It Cup Series. Jeff Paisley leading them past the start-finish line. Here we go. As Tia Swank going to follow Jeff Paisley there on the inside line, and those front 3 or so are kind of separated, so that's kind of the gist throughout the entire pack right now. They're a little bit separated, and it's going to take them a little bit of time here to get it all situated out.
I suspect there were some folks middle pack to the back of the pack who didn't quite take off with everything they had there at the beginning and make sure they had a clean start, knowing that everybody's going to group right back up together. And it's only lap 1, so nice clean start. Great to see.
Yeah, inside line definitely starting to show its cards here. It's looking really strong. The outside line and we're already wrecking. Garrett Kinder, Christopher Heiner spinning out. I think that Garrett Kinder went to the inside and Chris Heiner came down into Garrett, but we're going to see what happened.
Yep, coming out of turn 4. Kinder's maintaining the high line. Coming into the tri-oval, comes down to the middle and gets under the 24, Chris Heiner.
Yeah, you see Garrett Kinder getting in the back of the left rear of Chris Heiner there.
Doesn't look like they've maintained a whole lot of damage there, so quick run through the pits. That ought to be 10-15 second repair. They'll stay on the lead lap.
So, early carnage here at Daytona International Speedway. We'll see if these guys can get it landed back up 2x2 and maybe get situated and not, just kind of ride for a little bit. That's kind of what I expected to see there, was them kind of, I wouldn't say get completely single file it out, but a lot of guys going to the inside just to let this race figure itself out for the first half or so, maybe even the first 50 laps, just to make sure they make it to the end. They've won quick repair tonight, so those guys who maybe have to use a quick repair already, they are out of luck for the rest of the race if they get into a big wreck. As you see a couple cars down pit road. Looks like Christopher Heiner and Joey Buscemi along with Garrett Kinder. You're going to see those cars probably use those quick repairs, I imagine. Sounds like the field's starting to come around, so yeah, they're going to need to get out of there before that pace car catches them.
Heiner makes it out.
See if Kinder's able to make it out. Looks like he's just fixing the damage. He's not going to use that quick repair until he really needs it for motor damage, probably.
Oh, and he's got held in the pit, so he'll go a lap down. But that ought to put him in a lucky dog spot, and he's going to be pretty confident there'll be another caution.
Check out that car. So, yeah, that damage, he's still going to get that damage fixed. You see that front end pretty messed up, so not going to waste a quick repair on a little bit of damage. He's going to keep that for if there's more terminal damage down the road. Jeff Paisley, still your leader here at Daytona International Speedway. We're going to go ahead and talk to you guys a little bit about Original Rebels Racing League while we're running one of its series right now. Tonight, the Saturday Night Senate Cup Series, like we've mentioned the beginning of Season 2. The Sunday Night Truck Series starting its second season tomorrow night. Check that out at Intensity Broadcasting on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook. Tuesday Night Dirt Invader Series is the next series going to be brought to you by Rebels Racing Network this upcoming Tuesday. And the Friday Night Extreme Xfinity Series, which you saw last night at Kansas. Check those out every Friday night at 9 o'clock. The Extreme Xfinity Series and the Sunday Night Truck Series are full for now, so if you are interested in racing with Original Rebels Racing League, look them up on iRacing, and you can probably join this Cup Series along with the Tuesday Night Dirt Invader Series, as well as the sister series, or sister league, to Original Rebels Racing League, which is the Thursday night Super Late Model Series, the Thunderstruck Super Series. Those run on Thursday nights, and they are still recruiting, so definitely look that up on iRacing if you're interested. Get you in the Discord and get you on track.
A lot of good racing in this league, a lot of good racers, a lot of good people. Not only do we have fun racing, but we have fun being around each other and hanging out. Taking a look at the front of Kinder's car, still a little bit of damage on there. He's saving that quick repair for the big one.
Yeah, like I mentioned earlier, I think for him it's like, well, I don't want to waste the one chance I have to get a clean car on a little bit of damage. Might as well keep that for more terminal damage that would stop you from being able to be out there.
Yeah, it doesn't look like he had any great engine damage. Got some a little bit of cosmetic up front. He's a lucky dog, more than likely, and he can ride around in the back, avoid the damage, come through on the next pit stop, and get that repaired up nicely.
Yeah, Kinder currently the only car lap down back there, I believe. As we're getting set to go green flag racing once again, Jeff Paisley leading the pack back to the green. Tia Swank and Michael Swink, along with Jason Warren rounding out that top two rows. The pace car is off, and Jeff Paisley holding them pretty long. He's off. Green flag racing. He is clear for the lead, so he can jump up in front of Tia Swank if he feels the need to, but I don't think he will here early. Going to maybe look for Michael Swink behind him to come collect him and push him in, or keep the lead on that inside line.
Yeah, he got the kind of jump there. They tell me you don't really like that. You don't like being up there by yourself and having guys run up on you and freight train around you. Well, he looks like he's getting hooked up, so.
Yeah, only about 2 cars on that outside line right now, so that inside line definitely working out right now, and that's kind of the feeling throughout the entire pack. As you see this, there's kind of a front pack separating from the rest of the field. Coming down.
I think these guys would be wise in the back of the field to get together and get it in a line so they could catch back up.
Yeah, I think those guys behind them don't want to necessarily catch up. They just want to ride and maybe let them wreck each other up here in the front racing for the lead. But I think these guys will be smart enough up here not to do that. Michael Swink, a great push to the back end of the 7 of Jeff Paisley. And right behind them, Bobby Rusk in the 67 car in that 3rd position. We mentioned that second pack, starting with Mike Uribe there in the 77 car right in front of Philip Manzo, leading that second group of cars. And really that second group of cars is the biggest pack on the track currently.
Yeah.
And right now they're side by side, Manzo and Mike Uribe. So not really what you want to see if you're in that second pack. If you're sitting in that second pack right now wanting to stay away from the drama, well, there's starting to be some in this second pack as they're more side by side than that front pack is.
They look like they're racing for the win.
They're starting to catch up to that front pack pretty well, though. As now Justin Engel pushing Mike Uribe. Mike Uribe on the apron a little bit there. Philip Manzo now leading that pack. And it looks like the mellow yellow scheme.
A little homage to Kyle Petty with the 44.
Yeah, now
Pretty wide.
he's pretty separated from those guys behind him.
Engel's got a little itchy here. He wants to get up that front pack. He's making it 3 wide, getting through these guys, and it's time for him to go.
Yeah, these guys are starting to catch him, and Philip Manzo's kind of on an island right now up there. As these guys are racing each other behind him, they'll start to catch him once they get collected together. Because, I mean, single car racing here at Daytona, definitely not going to work. You definitely want to be in the pack. Because if you're alone, that either means you've lost the draft or you're the leader, and which is great. But that means they can get a good run on you from second place.
Yeah.
Give you guys a quick shot of what these guys are going through. Not in the cockpit view, but we're going to put you on the gyro, whatever you want to call it.
Gyro, yes.
To show just how much banking there is on this track. As you see, the camera is going to stay level, but the car is going to go into the banking, and see how much that car is. I mean, it's just crazy how much banking there is here at Daytona International Speedway.
And that banking is included on the front stretch too. We've stood on that, and that's quite a hill there.
Yeah, it's less than the turns, but don't let that mistaken you as if it's not a lot of banking. As you're going to see when they go on the front stretch here, it's going to flatten back out, but once they go towards that, a little bit of a... But as you see them go back towards that tri-oval, you're going to see it move once again. Standing up on that tri-oval is basically sitting down if you're on it. So
it's a great place to watch a concert in the infield.
As these guys, this second pack kind of getting spread out once again, and I think they've caught up with the lead pack. Yes, they have, and it's kind of one collective line on the inside, other than a couple people there on the outside. They've once again caught up with this main pack, and well, we have about, I would say, 10 to 12 cars together right now.
Well, if Garrett was hoping for a quick caution, he's not getting one. These guys seem to be leveling out here. Even the outside line, giving the inside line lots of room, and a lot of guys want to get this thing to the end.
Yep, you can't win it on lap 13, but you certainly can on lap 80, and that's where you want to be. You want to make it to that lap 80. Don't want to wreck, and definitely don't want to waste your quick repair this early in the race. And I mean, that showed with Garrett Kinder. Is Jason Warren getting a push from Justin Engel? They might be going to the lead here soon. Side by side with Jeff Paisley for the lead. Coming out of turn 4, you're going to see that high line get a pretty good run if Justin Engel's able to lay a good push on the back end of that 32 machine. And just as quickly as this group kind of single filed out, it has already gotten back to 2 wide racing. It just shows how quick things can change here at Daytona.
$195, 200 miles an hour. It's grip the wheel hard and hope you make it.
Yeah, I'm going to pull up something for you guys real quick, just so you can really see that speed. 200 miles per hour going into turn 3. If you look there in the bottom right, see just how fast these guys are going. 193 is the lowest speed through the turn. That is just insane. As they're going to get back close to 200 miles per hour, though. That front stretch banking does slow you down a little bit because it is banking, but they're already up towards 200 miles per hour going into turn 1, so 200 miles per hour cannot be comfortable.
200 miles an hour turning his steering wheel to the left. You got to have confidence. And here comes Engel. Making it 3 wide.
Yeah, I was going to go on board Justin Engel to show him pushing Jason Warren, but no, we're going to see him 3 wide with Warren here. See if he's able to get back in line.
Some excitement early.
As you see behind him on this right rear camera, Michael Swink and Warren side by side. Swink coming up a little bit. You got to make sure that 2 cars don't try to take the same real estate and end up wrecking.
You're trying to play that side draft game.
As Warren just not able to go up there and take the lead away just yet. As once again, we've kind of got one group separated from the rest of the pack. Philip Manzo in 10th back here. He is the last car in this line, a second ahead of this pack, starting with Rich Yeoman in the 25 car. So once again, 2 separate packs going on. And the front pack right now is side by side all the way through.
Yeah, it looked like Manzo's hanging with that front pack, just hanging back enough that if something can happen, he can avoid it. But close enough to stay in their draft. It's a pretty smart move.
Yeah, and he knows if he does lose their draft, he has the people behind him. So he's pretty safe right now. But some wrecks can be unavoidable, so hopefully he'll be able to get lucky if there is a wreck, as these guys are getting pretty feisty up here. 4 people on the outside line, but more importantly, Justin Engel trying to push Warren to the lead. Once again, side by side with Jeff Paisley. Last time they got side by side, they were not able to get past. We'll see if they're able to do it this time.
Oh, Engel blinked out and lost control a little bit. Made it down to the inside shoulder. How'd he do that?
Yeah, we're going to see if he can get collected back up and maybe find his way back in that second pack. Because if he's not able to get in that second pack, he's going to lose a lot. As we're going back here with Engel. Already lost a lot, but if he's not able to get some drafting help, he is going to lose a lot of time. It looks like he has people behind him that are going to be able to help, but all the way back to the 22nd position after he was trying to push Jason Warren to the lead.
I'm not sure what happened. I think with his blinking issues, I think he wanted to get out of that front pack. Yeah, I'm hearing on race chat that they gave him room to get down to the inside so that he could get to the back of the pack, not to cause any trouble up here up front.
Right. Good by him to do that, just so he doesn't blink out and accidentally cause a wreck. As with that, Jeff Paisley still leading the entire field, and he's led pretty much every lap, I would say. Jason Warren might have edged him out one of these laps, but Paisley doing a good job at maintaining that lead spot with Michael Swink right behind him. And Bobby Rusk. That top 3, Jeff Paisley, Michael Swink, and Bobby Rusk have kind of all, and including maybe Matthias Swank, all been able to just collectively stay in that top 4 and not lose their positions.
So I'll throw the jinx on them. I learned earlier that 35 laps was a good fuel run here. And we had a caution with some laps. Can they get to lap 40 if we stay green? Cut this down. Somebody try to make a fuel race out of it.
Even if they make it, I mean, there's so many varieties to Daytona and fuel with drafting. And if you're the lead car, you're going to use up the most fuel. But if you're drafting, you can maybe save a little bit throughout the race. But even if they make it to lap 40, if they can only make it, you said 35 laps?
35 laps was the information that I got.
So even if they make it to lap 40, that's going to be pretty hard.
Yeah, it's going to be hard to get to 40, but I'll bet there's a couple of people thinking about it.
Yeah, might as well take a shot later in the race if you need to. as that front four kind of separating themselves. Michael Swink all down to the apron there. Kind of scary.
I don't believe tires as much as an issue tonight, so the guy could stretch it out to 40. If we get a lot of green flag laps here, these guys are racing each other nicely.
And here comes a name that we or that might have been. No, I don't think that's who I thought it was. Never mind. Thought I saw Fry Hubbard's paint scheme up there.
Fry went in and changed his paint scheme, I believe.
Yeah, there he is.
Motorsports.
We're starting to see him creep into the top 10. We haven't seen much of him so far, but starting to surge towards the front a little bit here.
Yeah, he was one of the guys that started in the pits, and he's moved up to 12.
I do want to mention something here. Will Paisley on the outside. Looks like we got a little bit of a family racing here tonight. And if this is true, we might see a couple of Paisleys fighting for the lead here in a little bit.
No, we got family in the booth. We got family on the track. We got the Neculas out there as well.
That inside line starting to fan out a little bit. 4 cars there on the outside kind of together.
No, they didn't make it. Sorry.
What's up?
I thought we had the Neculas in the race tonight, but I don't see any of them.
No. Yeah, I know that Jesse runs the Cup Series, so he probably just doesn't race in it. Just running it. And here we see Will.
Here we go.
Will Paisley come to the lead. A great push from Jason Warren. And he's going to clear in front of Jeff. New leader here in that 93. I think it's Delta paint scheme. Yep. So after 24 laps, we finally have a new leader here at Daytona International Speedway. And Warren looks like he's trying to change that again.
Yes. Warren pushed the Paisleys together. So he would like to get in front of them before they hook up and take off.
And right now that outside line more collected than the inside line. Michael Swink got a little loose out of the front stretch. And kind of slowed that inside line down. And here comes Jason Warren side by side with Will Paisley, getting a great push from John Graham in that 96 Ford.
They couldn't hook together, though, long enough to get up there.
Kind of surprised that we're not seeing Fry Hubbard in his Big Fish Motorsports paint scheme, because we see David Hall and Logan Sturgeon there, 1, 2 in the 8th and 9th position. They are together, and Fry Hubbard right behind him, so kind of surprised to not see him repping the Big Fish Motorsports paint scheme.
I think if you refresh your paint, you'll see that Fry's changed his paint scheme from practice.
Nah, we'll just deal with Napa.
Okay. Because I was looking for the Napa myself, and he's got the Big Fish on my screen.
All right, bear with me, ladies and gentlemen. You're going to see some white cars here for... Oh, maybe not. I just heard a random noise on my computer. Okay, I don't think...
Yeah, let's just keep it the way it is.
There we go. All right, I got it. There we go. You're going to see white cars here for a second, but...
I love it.
See if maybe Fry's paint scheme will update for us. Oh, in the wall. I can't tell who it is because they're white. 96 of John Graham, yeah. I was hoping the cars would update a little bit quicker than they are.
Yeah, the white paint scheme there reminds me of the old IROC days. Those were some fun races.
I thought it would update a little bit quicker, or else I wouldn't have done it. Yeah, it's still showing Fry Hubbard in that Napa paint scheme, so.
It'll be an interesting water cooler moment tomorrow.
They're all updated, and Fry's still showing that Napa paint scheme, so we're just going to have to deal with it.
Yeah.
Jason Warren looking to come back to try to take the lead away from the Paisleys as whether it's been Will or Jeff, the Paisleys have kind of controlled this race, and Warren really trying to mess those plans up. More importantly, when we mention fuel, if we do have to see some green flag pit stops, that's where it's going to get pretty crazy. If we're going to have to see these guys hit the brakes and not spin the car out trying to get down to pit road after going 190 miles per hour.
Yes, I would love to see some green flag pit stops tonight.
I don't know. Green flag pit stops might cause a caution, so we might get the caution after all, just when we're green flag pit stopping. As you see, that inside line's a little bit less together than the outside line right now, but they're still going good. And Jeff Paisley just a huge push to the back end of the 93 car. And they are stretching that lead over the outside line, and Jason Warren leading that group. Michael Swink, I'm interested to see if he'll move up there once Jason Warren comes by. I think
as many times as we've mentioned the Big Fish Motorsports team tonight, we ought to get a paycheck.
I'll take my $2 for mentioning their name. You know, Jeff Paisley was leading a lot of this race, so we didn't know how he would be as a pusher. And I can say for certainty, after watching him push Will, that he is, pushing the heck out of the back end of that car.
I suspect that they practiced that a little bit.
Yeah, it seems like ever since Jason Warren pushed Will out to the lead, that outside line not been able to get formed up well enough to try to get him out to the lead.
I wonder how much anybody's actually pushing it right now, or just trying to ride along safely. Getting a nice push there on the Paisley boys. It's going to be hard to put. It's going to be hard to catch if they two stay hooked up.
Yeah, Jeff Paisley doing a great job of not only pushing Will, but keeping that motor cool at the same time, or at least cool enough so that it doesn't blow up on him. Well, we're 32 laps in, almost halfway. Michael Swink almost made a little bit of contact there with Jason Warren.
Yeah. Well, we're on lap 32, and I'm starting to hear some race chatter about fuel. Somebody say let's make it to 39.
Yeah, so a little bit of a decision-making time of when to pit. You obviously have to pit before you actually run out of fuel, believe it or not.
And these green flag pit stops, if they do happen, you do not want to do it by yourself.
Yeah, that's why you definitely want to either make friends before the race or have a team that you work with, because if you pit by yourself, you're going to be very lonely. And you're going to be a lap down before you know it. Looks like the sun kind of going behind some clouds as the track is darkened up a little bit there in the back stretch. But as you see on the front stretch, more sun here than there was over in turn 3 and 4. As Jason Warren getting another pretty good run off of the push from John Graham. The problem is once he gets that push, they kind of get disconnected, and that just kills the run that Jason Warren ever had.
And we've got a pack of cars running in the back that are going to be meeting up with the leaders here pretty soon.
Let's try to see here. Yeah, starting with Joey Buscemi. They are on the front stretch right now. And Will Paisley as you see, just going by where they were just. So yeah, if you look at up in front of them, you can actually start to see that pack up in front of the lead group. You
It's
can
going to be
probably,
interesting when these two get together.
I was gonna say you can probably see it once we go into the front. Oh, caution's out. Timely caution here at Daytona International Speedway,
It saved these guys some problems.
as we're gonna try to find who this wreck was on. Any idea yet? Looks like Brian Rupert has some damage on the front end, but I'm not sure if it was on him. No, I don't think he has damage. Any idea who the wreck was on?
I still have not been able to find it yet.
That wasn't a thrown caution by the admins, was it?
It could have been.
Pretty sure you can check iRacing and you'll see if it says somebody's thrown a caution. Here, I'll check it on my screen real quick. Yeah, no, I'm not seeing any manual cautions. Trying to see if Rich Yeoman has some damage on the front of that car. Oh, he has a lot of damage. Something with Rich Yeoman and probably another car.
96 got in the wall, come down on the 66, and collected a bunch of friends.
Ooh, John Graham. He was in the front. I'm surprised we didn't see that.
He had dropped back. And we'll see pit road busy this time.
Oh, he hits the wall and gets into Tia Swank and a lot of people. So yeah, that was bad timing on the part of us, or it was just unlucky timing because
We were watching the back of the pack.
well, no, because the camera had just gone to onboard with Will Paisley, and when we went on board with him, that's when the wreck happened, and we couldn't see it behind since we were looking out front with Will. So wreck happened right beneath our noses.
So the 7 beats the what's Will driving? The 93. The 7 beat the 93 out barely.
See if those two work together on the restart. If Jeff lies back a little bit on the restart to allow Will to get in line, or if see if that happens or not.
I think the 93 might have been a little too anxious about getting out there. I think he might have sped on pit road.
As you see these guys getting caught back up to the pace car. Once again, we're going to take a quick look at the schedule for this series. Next week, we're heading to Atlanta for 133 laps around that 1.5-mile track. And then North Wilkesboro, not something you see on the regular Cup Series, obviously, because it's not being used anymore, but here on iRacing, and we're going to be there in 2 weeks' time, 200 laps around that very short track. And then again, the bye week for Christmas time. And then after that, we'll be back in 2021, a day after the new year has begun. So, looks like, actually, we will be kicking off the new year with some Extreme Xfinity Series racing.
After having some time off over Christmas, I might just jump in.
A lot of fun tracks on this series. Martinsville, Bristol, Talladega. You know that's going to be crazy. And we see Talladega twice. Martinsville, I won't. This isn't against these guys, but probably going to be a little bit of a wreck fest just because it's Martinsville, and Martinsville just has a lot of drama attached to its name.
Yeah, the old paperclip is not the easiest drive on the schedule.
My personal favorite, but I can understand why others don't like it. These guys are getting stacked up 2x2, ready to go racing. Timely caution for these guys. They will have to pit one more time, but when they pit is still left up in the air. Waiting to see if we get another timely caution, or if we will have to see green flag pit stops.
We'll be underway at lap 39. Will anybody try to save, try to stretch? Will it go green all the way?
Well, we're about to figure it out. As Jeff Paisley, a great jump, and Will is going to be able to jump in, but wrecking behind him.
Oh, no.
Caution is out. Well, should be out soon. I would imagine it is about to come out. Okay, there it is. Joey Buscemi in the 8 car. A lot of cars caught up in this. As they get back up, and he stacks up, and Mike Uribe into the back of Joey Buscemi and kind of blinks out there.
I'm just seeing the replay. At the 94, looked like he spun a tire or missed a shift, and everybody behind him started checking up.
As that caution will push us through halfway of this opening race for the Saturday Night Send It Cup Series. 40 laps of 80. Yeah, Jeff Paisley and Will Paisley did a nice job at getting 1-2 there on the restart, but they did not get lucky in terms of them wrecking behind them. And, well, with this caution, if you can make it 35 laps on fuel, this is going to make it interesting. I would suspect maybe we see some guys go down pit road to get fuel and try to stretch it out to the end, as we're probably going to restart with about 36, 37 to go. So I think we'll see some guys come get fuel again.
There is no loss to going down pit road and topping it off.
As
I'm surprised maybe somebody up front didn't do that. But
yeah, we're not seeing
I've
anybody.
been thinking about it, but
I think if you're the leaders, you can't, but if you're far back in the pack, you should definitely try it out.
nothing to lose.
Seeing a couple of guys down pit road. Not sure if it was just for the wreck or if they're actually trying to get some fuel, as you're seeing more and more cars come down pit road.
Good move for those guys in the back. Top off with fuel. Get another caution halfway through the run and stay out. Get some track position. Try to race to the end.
And hope for not, and hope that you don't have a green white checkered.
Yeah.
Jason Warren. Looks like, I think that was Logan Sturgeon and David Hall there. Yeah, David Hall. All three Fish Motorsports guys pitting together.
I believe those guys will try to stay hooked up as much as possible. On that restart there with Will moving down, I believe they might have talked about that before the drop of the green flag.
Yeah, they definitely probably coordinated that move so that they could get together.
Not unheard of to let your teammate know let everybody else know.
Yeah, and once again, tomorrow night, the Sunday Night Truck Series brings you the first race of the second season for that series here at Daytona International Speedway. It'll be a night race instead of day race. So definitely tune in tomorrow night for the 8 o'clock duel, the 8:50 duel, and then eventually the 10 o'clock race on Intensity Broadcasting. Gonna be a lot of fun racing, and well, there's gonna be 43 cars on track, so we'll see how that ends up. Both of us will be in that race, so wish us luck in that one with 43 trucks on the track. That's gonna be pretty tough.
And I hate to sound like a fan, but the 76 car has got him a brand new car and back on the lead lap running in 16th spot. So, and he's hooked up with those Big Fish Motorsports guys over there. So I see a few of them moving towards the front, make a run at it.
And that's the thing about super speedway racing is early on, you're kind of okay with working with other teams just to kind of try to stay safe and make it through the race. But once you make it to those last laps, not only are you really not willing to work with other teams, but it might be every man for themselves, including your own teammates, if you have a chance to go take the lead. So you never know what's going to happen, but definitely you can work with another team throughout the race. But when you get to those last couple laps, it's kind of every racer for themselves. But if you get a chance to push your teammate to the win, that's always a fun thing to do too.
Yes, it is. Those things come back. You get those, you get to pay back eventually.
Yep, 2 more super speedways on the schedule for this series, so definitely a lot more teamwork to be done on these super speedway tracks. 2 Talladega races as we're going green flag racing once again here at Daytona International Speedway. Jeff Paisley and Will Paisley not able to get coordinated this time. Oh, yeah, they are actually. I said that early, but they were able to get together, and now they're 1-2 once again.
And a nice clean start to the back.
Yeah, and it looks like Bobby Rust kind of stuck there on the outside by himself. He has 1 car behind him, but pretty far behind. And with these Paisley guys out front, going to be pretty hard to beat them right now.
Yeah, he's not going to catch him. He's just hoping not to lose too many spots. He's got some guys catching up to him.
Yeah, it looks like the 01 of, I can't remember his, Mickey Isaac in the 01. A lot of numbers to remember.
A lot of different numbers tonight from other leagues that we race in, and I'm having to catch myself looking over at the leaderboard to see who's who.
Yeah, you're seeing Freihubbard there up on the outside line, and now we're starting to see 4 or 5 cars move up to the outside line to try to start making that work. And these guys are kind of fanned out right now, this front pack.
Yeah, I would have expected him to run a little tighter by now.
Jason Moore, and no surprise there, he's going to jump to the outside. Going to try to make a run of his own at that lead spot. He's been trying all race and just not been able to do it just yet, but you know he's going to give another shot at it.
He hasn't been able to get hooked up with the right pusher yet.
Well, right now it looks like the 12 car of William Griffith behind him. Let's see how well those two are able to work together. That outside line starting to get formed up pretty well right now.
We believe you can be the best racer in the world, but if you don't have anybody pushing you.
Michael Swink.
Yeah.
We've seen him kind of be content with sitting behind these Paisley guys in the 3rd position. And
where's Will?
Will Paisley just dead left. I don't know if his wheel disconnected or something, but and he's gonna wreck. Yeah. And caution is out. Big contact. And I am interested to see what happened here.
Yeah.
I think he got loose out of the tri-oval. We're gonna take a quick look at what happened to the 93.
I'm hearing on race comms that his monitor's blacked out. Didn't see where he was going.
He stayed on the gas a lot for somebody you couldn't see, though.
Yeah.
And then comes back up on track and collects the 68, it looked like. And another caution out here at Daytona International Speedway. And, well, this is a good time to go top off fuel, and you're good to go the rest of the race, it looks like.
Yeah. I think he lost more than his monitors. I think he lost everything on that. That car was just driving by itself.
See how many people pit this time to go get fuel, and maybe with all these caution laps, maybe they don't think they need to go down and get fuel to make it to the end.
If I'm a leader, I got a decision to make.
You got to think, we've had about maybe 3 or 4 green flag laps with all these cautions since lap 40. Or lap 39, I think. So we're going to see if these guys take that left turn down to pit road.
Somebody's got their calculator out going, can I make it?
And here comes Jeff Paisley, and a couple of the front two are going to come down pit road. Tia Swank and Jeff Paisley, and it doesn't look like many others are joining them. As we are starting to see more in the back of the pack join them.
On the 66 of Tia's, he kind of slid through his pits, too. He slid into Garrett Kinder's pit.
Yeah, I was about to say, he looks like he's in the wrong pit stall.
Yeah.
Not much to lose, though, with only how many cars are pitting right now. Looks like maybe he just took fuel there.
Saw Kinder taking tires behind him. Looked like left sides only.
Michael Swink to the lead. With coming to go with 30 laps in a couple of laps, 30 laps to go here at Daytona International Speedway. Kind of crazy how fast 50 laps can go, even at a 2.5 mile track.
Yeah, it is. It seems like we just got started a few minutes ago.
It's probably different for the drivers. They're like, I wish this race could be all, especially for Michael Swink. Michael Swink's thinking to himself, I wish this race could be over already.
He's wishing for rain.
Yeah.
But yeah, 30 laps high. Yeah. I don't know. Kind of lost on who's up front, who's going to make it on fuel, who's going to have to pit again. They're probably thinking we're going to have at least one more caution, maybe 2. Save that fuel.
Yeah, we're going to see how well it works out for them. And I think maybe they're just banking on more caution laps. The more caution laps we get, the better off they are on fuel. If we get enough of them, I think they'll be just as good as the guys who took fuel. As the lights on the pace car are off, and these guys stacked up 2 by 2. Freihuber there on the outside in the 4th position. Jason Warren, who's been trying to get that lead spot all night, there in that 3rd position. And Logan Sturgeon, second place right now on that outside row, or on the front row, outside row.
And I just took a peek at the back, and 7 and the 93 are back together. So maybe that played into 7 car going ahead and getting the fuel and getting back there with his partner, trying to make a push to the front.
As right now we have 30 cars on track. Looks like 19 of them are on the lead lap currently. Justin Engel, the back end of the lead lap cars. Mike Uribe, Rice, Whitford, Erst, Heiner, all those guys looking to get their lap back. Only one of them can get the lucky dog, though, so see if they get another opportunity for another lucky dog as we're about to go green flag racing. Pace car pulls off, and the green flag is waving here at Daytona International Speedway. Michael Swink, a good jump over Logan Sturgeon on the outside, but Jason Warren nowhere to be seen right now behind him.
Let's get 30 laps of good hard racing in here.
Yeah, the cars right now are more fanned out than I've seen them all night currently. As Jason Warren to the back bumper of Michael Swink. Fry Hubbard to the back bumper of his teammate Logan Sturgeon. Two great pushes. Great push from Fry Hubbard. He's going to push his teammate to the lead, but Logan Sturgeon not going to clear Michael Swink just yet. But I think they will out of turn 4 because Warren's not up on the back bumper of Swink right now.
And he's pushing him through the turns.
There he goes. Fry Hubbard. They're going to both be clear of Michael Swink. Logan Sturgeon to the lead here at Daytona International Speedway. Big Fish Motorsports 1-2. Mickey Isaac in that 4th position, looking to the outside of Michael Swink as well. Jason Warren never got to the back bumper of that 30 car, and that allowed Fry Hubbard to give a great push to Logan Sturgeon.
Looked like they were going to go too wide, pushing each other through the turn, and 32 had to back off for some reason. He's jumping up out there by himself back on that outside line.
30 laps to go here. Jason Warren looking to the outside of Michael Swink. Going to try to make that high line work once again. Doesn't have any help until he gets back to, it looks like Elliott Longenecker. See just how hard it is to see into the turn with that huge spoiler on the back of these cars.
Yeah, you get up behind the guy in front of you. You're trying to find that orange line. Hopefully, you're on the inside line. You're just trying to ride that thing because it's hard to gauge the turns.
I think the only car harder to push in than these is the trucks. The Xfinity cars are pretty comfortable pushing here, but those trucks are hard. They just get such a big aero push, and it's good. Excuse me, it's going to show tomorrow night probably just how difficult it is to push and stay directly behind somebody. Speaking directly behind somebody, Elliott Longenecker right behind Jason Warren, trying to push him towards the front. Warren hoping this is the drafting partner that he's been searching for this entire race to try to push him to the lead.
He's definitely been sitting out there waiting for somebody to come up and apply.
William Griffith going to the bottom of them, taking advantage of those two on the outside, try to get close to taking that 4th position away. As Fry Hubbard just giving a huge push to Logan Sturgeon throughout the entire track.
Yeah, those two are hooked, like they got a rope between them.
Is that lap car just able to stay just low enough for these guys? Ooh, Fry Hubbard moved up a little bit. That might give Jason Warren a little bit of a chance to maybe catch up here.
He's making a run. Here comes that 5 car hooking up on the bumper. And Warren a little loose. Michael Swink got up to him, got him a good push, and Warren got a little loose there. Lucky we didn't have another caution.
Yeah, thankfully we don't. And Jason Warren just gonna, well, I was gonna say go behind Michael Swink, but he goes back to the outside.
Maybe he was using him for a little slingshot action.
Using a little bit of a draft to propel his car. And, Michael Swink coming up a little bit. Him and Warren almost possessed the same real estate there. And that's not good in racing. 2 cars in the same exact spot is going to cause something pretty big, especially at Daytona. And something to mention here, I'm looking at, you see David Hall behind Jason Warren. He's a part of Big Fish Motorsports. His teammates Fry Hubbard, Logan Sturgeon, 1-2 right now, but he's pushing Jason Warren, and he's trying to push him ahead of his teammates.
It's getting late enough in the race that, I like you. You're my teammate. like to get up there.
Yeah, that's kind of the best spot to be at Daytona is the front. You can kind of control the pace, control the field. But it can get kind of difficult once that outside line gets a good enough run. It's kind of hard to block, and if you block and they make it 3 wide, you could fall all the way back to the end of the field.
Yes. And where we had 2 separate packs before, we're just running with 1 single now. A lot of double wide action.
Michael Swink. Michael Swink almost came up into David Hall there. Yeah, these guys definitely starting to realize 24 laps to go here, that it's time to go soon. Maybe not now, but it's getting close to money-making time here at Daytona.
I think Fry might have backed off a little bit there the last few laps to pull that engine down, but he's getting back up on him again.
Here comes Jason Warren trying to side draft the 9-car Fry Hubbard, and there goes David Hall behind his teammates. He's able to find a hole, and now 3 teammates possessing the top 3 positions.
Rut row.
It's going to be kind of difficult for these guys now to try to pass these 3 Big Fish Motorsports guys. But Jason Warren's going to try to do it. Side drafting the 83 of David Hall. We're seeing somebody down pit road right now. I think it's Keith Thirst. And here comes Jason Warren side by side for the 3rd position. Maybe even 2nd with Fry Hubbard. Just not able to get up to Logan Sturgeon just yet with Elliott Longenecker right behind him. Those 3 guys those 3 up there in the front, just able to work together well enough to keep that outside line far enough behind so that they cannot make a pass for the lead. And what you can kind of get with that 3rd car in line with David Hall is he can try to, if he can get out ahead of Jason Warren, he can try to move up and block that outside line a little bit to protect the top 2.
Ooh. David Hall got a little squiggly there. I think that side draft of Warren is pulling him out a little bit.
Internet's starting to mess up a little bit, starting to drop some frames on stream, unfortunately.
I had a car in the wall, brushed the wall back here in the back, but we keep going.
Well, the internet was going great all night. We weren't really dropping frames on stream, and now it... Oh, and we might be wrecking in the back.
Is that Paisley?
That is the red car of Jeff Paisley in that 7 machine. Oh, and we're wrecking.
Oh, Fry Hubbard into the wall. Big one. Here comes the big one.
Oh, boy, that is just about everybody.
About the whole lead pack. I think the only person who made it out of that was Fish.
We're going to take a little bit of a wider view at this. There goes Jason Warren, Fry Hubbard, and collects pretty much everybody behind him. Everybody there. Big time damage.
Warren got loose. Came down into Hubbard. Started that whole thing. Warren got loose, headed towards the wall, and then came back down and the big one.
Yep, a lot of cars down pit road right now to fix all that damage with their quick repairs. Hopefully, I think Garrett Kinder ended up using his quick repairs, so that car is going to be messed up for the rest of this race. And I think that's the same for a lot of these guys. You see behind him, Tia Swank, a lot of damage on that car. A lot of cars without front ends right now. Let's kind of count the cars that come out without front ends. We're going to see Jason Warren. He is a new car, so I don't know if he even really attained that much damage. He just got loose and went down into the grass.
And the leader's coming down pit road.
And a lot of these guys getting required damage as you see them going a lap down now, which is only going to leave us with, I think, 12 cars in the lead lap. So 18 laps to go. We're going to have about 12 fighting it out for the win. And that's what can happen at Daytona, especially... Oh, there goes Garrett Kinder's front end. So maybe he forgot to check his quick repair and had to get through required damage. He is a completely new car now, so I think he had to...
Earlier we had those two cautions together. He had the lucky dog, so he was able to pit and finish up his required repairs without using his quick repair.
Yeah, but there he had to he forgot to check his quick repair before the required damage started, so he had to fix that required damage before he could turn on quick repair, and that's what cost him a lap. As Jeff Paisley going to take the lead, he pit that last time we had a caution. And so this time staying out. So maybe this is going to work out for him, this pit strategy call.
How quickly all this turned.
Yeah, we saw Jeff Paisley almost wrecking. You asked if it was Jeff Paisley, and it was. He was almost wrecking. So he goes from almost wrecking to a huge wreck in front of him, and now he's leading. So that's just how, like you mentioned, how quickly it can turn.
He needs to go buy himself a lottery ticket.
Off subject of the race, but I think my internet finally figured itself out, so we've stopped dropping frames.
Well, that's awesome.
Went from about 100 drop frames to 8,800, which isn't a lot compared to how many frames is being used, but for a while there, I was dropping a lot of frames, and it was seeable on stream, so thankfully that's able to figure itself out, and hopefully it stays that way the rest of these 17 laps.
If you folks out there watching want to see some fun tomorrow night, tune in early. Our races normally start at 10 o'clock Eastern, but at 8 o'clock tomorrow night, we've got 63 trucks at last count that have entered tomorrow night. We're going to have a set of duels to see who qualifies to race in the race. So if everybody shows up, we're going to have several hours of some fun racing with two 11-lap duels.
Yep, 8 p.m. Eastern, 11 laps for that first duel. 8:50 p.m. Eastern, 11 laps in the second duel. I believe the top two or the top qualifier in each duel gets locked into the front row.
Yeah.
And the rest are up for grabs, and some spots for the actual race itself are up for grabs. So I believe there's about 36 people locked in already before even the duels. They are locked into the race, which leaves 7 spots to be raced for in those duels.
It's going to be a great way to start the truck season, like we started the Cup season tonight, and I can't wait for it.
Yep, going to be a lot of fun, and a lot of fun to race in, a lot of fun to watch.
Unless I'm the first guy to get wrecked, and it's not fun anymore. So we've extended this caution so that we can get everybody lined up.
16 laps to go coming to left in this Great American Sim Race 200 here in the Saturday Night Send It Cup Series. Great way to start off. Not sure how many races actually we have in the season.
A lot.
Check
all the
that
way
out real quick.
We do have Christmas
Looks
week
like
off,
19 races, I believe. So kicking off a 19 race schedule tonight.
This league has really exploded. When I got in, and it wasn't that long ago, probably 2 months, 2.5 months ago, handful of guys having some fun, racing around each other, and everybody wants to be a part of this league now. We do some great racing here, some great people. Everybody respects each other, so um, we're growing exponentially.
As it looks like we're going to go green this time around.
The lights are out. So the big three teammates from Big Fish Motorsports been cut down to two with Sturgeon and Hall up here. I don't know if Fry Hubbard got his car repaired and stayed on the lead lap or not, but whether or not he did, if he can get back up here to them, I'm sure he'll provide a push for whoever he can.
Hubbard is currently... Can't find him, actually. As Jeff Paisley gets a great restart. Logan Sturgeon going to drop down into the second position as he's going to be able to maintain that spot. Fry Hubbard currently a lap down in the 25th position, so a lot of damage to that car and no quick repair, I guess.
Yeah, Jeff needs to watch out. These two teammates get hooked up and coming around.
Yeah, here comes Jeff Paisley leading once again here at Daytona. We saw him lead a lot of the opening laps, and then we didn't see. And here goes the Big Fish Motorsports guys, and here comes Michael Swink to try to help Paisley out, but I think it's going to be too late.
And the 88 is Scotty Engel back in the picture.
Justin Engel, yeah, he's right behind those Big Fish Motorsports guys. Michael Swink looks like he got there just in the nick of time so that Jeff Paisley doesn't get past, but it looks like David Hall going to be able to get Logan Sturgeon past him, but not going to be able to get both cars clear, so they're going to stay in the high line. I think these Big Fish guys are confident enough that they can give a good enough push that they're going to stay up there until both of them are clear, unless we get, obviously, to these last few laps. Then if you're clear, you're clear. Just take it. But right now they're going to try to stay together as long as they can.
Swink gave Paisley a great push down the backstretch. A lot of bobbing and weaving and side drafting and dirty air and 12 laps.
Jeff Paisley doing a great job at holding the lead just like he was earlier in the race. Michael Swink giving him some good pushes down the back stretch. And this pack starting to get caught back up, and 2x2 once again. The top 13, Tim Skillman, the back end of the lead lap cars. 13 cars can battle it out for the win unless we get another caution. And then it would be 14, but... Oh, and wrecking Logan Sturgeon into the wall, and we are going to have another caution. Eventually. There it is. And, well, let's hope that Logan Sturgeon has a quick repair. And a lot of these guys that got involved in that wreck, let's hope they have a quick repair. Let's go
67
check out what happened.
Got a little contact with Sturgeon and sent him out of shape. 67 of Bobby Russ come up on the front stretch and sent him into the wall.
Joel Kilburn in that. And the 8 just slips by there, Joey Buscemi. And we are going to get a caution or a restart under 10 laps to go. We're going to go check out pit road real quick. Nobody down there just yet. Looks like maybe guys are getting toes. Logan Sturgeon, yeah, he's... let's see if he's... Yeah, so Logan Sturgeon, there he is, so he didn't get a tow. Oh, there goes the motor. That's a bummer. He is not going to be able to make it back to pit road. And he's going to be out of the chance to win this race.
Yeah.
Let's go check out pit lane. See some cars without front ends there once again. And that will leave us with, I believe, showing 11 cars on the lead lap right now.
Did Jason Warren get collected in that too? He went out in caution before that.
Starting to see more cars down pit road here. And so the top 5 stay out. And we're seeing Daryl Whitford, Josh Loken, Vince Phillip, Manzo, Cameron Combs, guys like that down pit road. And Justin Engel as well. So, going to be interesting to see how many cars we have remaining that can fight for the win.
So besides Paisley and Swink up front, got a lot of new names coming up here. Bobby Rusk, I guess David Hall coming back. Logan Vitz, William Griffith, Daryl Whitford, Philip Manzo up in the 8th. Cameron Combs, one of our new guys, moving up in the 9th, and Tim Skillman at 10th.
Yeah, Cameron Combs up 24 positions from the beginning of the race, started 30th, so he didn't qualify. David Hall up 27 spots, so he started 31st. He's in that 4th position. Those look like our biggest movers tonight for now, and I think it's going to be the biggest movers the entire race. Justin Engel in the 10th position, up 17 from his 27th position starting the race. And
on the lead lap.
I kind of want to sort through cars here and see how many actually have raceable cars. As we're going to, obviously, Jeff Paisley does, Michael Swink, Bobby Rusk, David Hall. David Hall, I think, has a little bit of damage, but I think he's fine. Bobby Rusk, I think he has a little bit of right side damage from making contact with Logan. That's about it for him. William Griffith, right front damage to that car.
Right rear, too.
Cameron Combs, a little bit of damage, I think, to that right side. Daryl Whitford looks like he has a little bit of left front damage there. Clint Rice, he's looking pretty good. Philip Manzo, ooh, that right front's crutched up. So is the left front. Magic Mike with a relatively clean car for what I can see. Except that hood maybe looks a little popped up.
So Michael Swink been sitting around 2nd, 3rd, been pushing folks all night. He's starting outside on this one. Wonder if he'll have anything for Paisley to get past him.
Paisley has looked dangerous all night when he has that lead spot. So anybody can win this race right now in that top 10, but Paisley has looked good when he's controlling the field.
I think Swink's sitting with the better pusher right now with David Hall behind him.
And the pace car getting ready to pull off the track, go down pit road. And these guys are going to go racing with 8 laps to go here at Daytona International Speedway for the Great American Sim Race 200 in the original Rebels Racing League.
Right?
And the green flag is out. Jeff Paisley, a good restart. Michael Swink not able to stay side by side with him. And here comes Bobby Rusk there on the inside.
Oh, and David Hall left Swink sitting out there too.
Michael Swink going to have to fall back to the 4th position. And Jeff Paisley, the control car, once again. David Hall looking to the outside. Michael Swink going to follow him. It's a 4-car battle for the lead right now.
Hall making a power move by himself.
Got Michael Swink behind him now, looking to make a move for the lead. Not able to do it, just not a good enough run. And Michael Swink going to cut him off and take that 3rd position away, as David Hall's going to have to fall back to at least the fourth position. And behind them, William Griffith in the 5th position, trying to come up here and insert his name into the battle. Along with, on the outside, it looks like Cameron Combs, Darrell Whitford. Like you mentioned, starting to see some new names up here. And, well, like I mentioned earlier, you can't win it on lap 18, but you sure can win it on lap 80.
Yeah. Or the way these going, 82.
Yeah, we'll see how many laps we actually have. These guys up front keeping it relatively clean. Saw a little bit of action when they were racing for the lead, but that has sorted itself out. Jeff Paisley, once again, the control car, and not much coming his way yet. Only 3 cars on the outside line. David Hall trying to do something, but he's just going to have to squeeze back in on the inside for now and wait until a later date. No, he's not. He's just going to go right back out there. So is Michael Swink. One thing, Michael Swink earlier, when you saw him kind of leave David Hall hanging out there. So David Hall's probably going to remember that, and if it comes to it, he's probably going to try to leave Michael Swink out to hanging if it doesn't, if it helps him. Obviously, if it hurts him, he's not, but...
Here comes a big push.
Great push from the 30 of Michael Swink. And that is going to get David Hall almost to the lead, just not clear enough. See if he gets a good enough run and a good enough push out of turn 4. Just not. Jeff Paisley able to maintain that position for now. The top 4 are really separated from the rest of the field.
Yeah.
5 laps to go. Getting down to the money, making time. And see if somebody else can take this control away from Paisley. Mentioned
great racing here at the end here.
Yeah, mentioned earlier, Paisley is dangerous when he's in that lead, able to control the pack pretty well. But right now,
another big push.
His pusher is not behind him, and Michael Swink might give David Hall a run to the lead here going into turn 3, and he's going to take it. David Hall, your new leader at Daytona International Speedway. Michael Swink going to have to fall back to the 4th position. No help behind him.
Yeah, David Hall owes Swink a hot dog.
See how aggressive Jeff Paisley is now there in second position now. Michael Swink still trying to make the outside work. Just going to have to go to the inside for now. Kind of wait on Darrell Whitford there in the in the 21 machine. These top 5 have gotten separated. Oh, and almost a little bit of contact between Michael Swink and Bobby Rusk. They're able to keep it off each other. They are going to get super aggressive. Come to 3 laps to go. A lot of aggression, and, well, they're going to use as much track as they need to. As Jeff Paisley thought he was going to look to the outside, but I think he's going to wait until 2 laps to go or 1 lap to go to make that move. It depends when behind him, if anybody makes a move. As Michael Swink making it 3 wide, or at least trying to. And even with that, Whitford just not able to catch up to him right now.
Surely that wasn't a block by Bobby Rusk. I see Paisley jumping out and Swink jumping up to help him.
Here we go. Swink's getting some help on the outside. It's about a 7 or 8 car pack now. That outside's starting to get some more friends.
Paisley got a little loose there.
In the wall. And we're going to have another caution, I think, as they are wrecking big time back there. They're actually able to keep it straight, so I don't think we'll see one.
Oh, no caution.
They kept it straight, and we are racing for the lead side by side. 2 laps to go. Jeff Paisley trying to take the lead away from David Hall. It's really just a drag race, as Jeff Paisley able to win that with no help behind him until Bobby Rusk gets to him. And it's a 5-car pack now that's going to race for the win with 2 laps to go. Coming to the white flag this time by. Let's see if a caution comes out before they get there. Jeff Paisley back in the lead and coming down the front stretch to collect the white flag. 1 lap to go here at Daytona International Speedway for the Great American Sim Race 200. 1 lap to decide who's going to win the first race of the season. Jeff Paisley, the control car, but David Hall right behind him, and Bobby Rusk behind those two.
Well, the move is going to be here. There we go. Well,
Jeff Paisley to the outside. Not just yet. I think he's going to wait until out of turn 4. It is a 3-car race for the win. Who is Bobby Rusk going to go with? He's going to go to the bottom with Jeff Paisley. And that might just help Jeff Paisley out a lot. Out of turn 4 for the last time. Jeff Paisley has 2 cars side by side behind him to the checkered flag. Jeff Paisley wins the first race of the season.
Bobby Rusk narrowly gets second place.
Great way to start this season and a great finish there. Bobby Rusk went with Jeff Paisley, and I think that's all she wrote there once he did that, because they were side by side for second, and Jeff Paisley, anytime you can see side by side behind you, you're going to enjoy it.
I think not only were we surprised that there wasn't a caution, I think maybe it might have played into Hall getting past.
I wasn't too surprised once they got straightened up. I thought when they spun out that it was going to cause a caution, but once they got it straightened out, I felt pretty good about a caution not coming out. As Jeff Paisley going to come down and do his burnouts.
Still a good race. A lot of action. Some drama. What more could you ask for? Start the season out.
Yep, Jeff Paisley going to start out the season leading in points. Winner gets 70, and the second place car gets 65, so a 5-point lead to start out the season.
I don't think this will be the last time we see Paisley doing a burnout.
Using the asphalt and using the grass. And there goes the motor.
We'll get him a new one.
Yeah, I'll get a new one for Atlanta next week, and he's going to be happy heading into that race. So we're going to go ahead and get your winner in here. Let's find him. There he is, Jeff Paisley. Hey, Jeff, you got a copy?
I got you. Do you hear me?
Yep, got you. Congratulations on your win. We saw once you got out into the lead that you were a pretty tough car to pass, and you were there with can't remember his name now, Will Paisley for a while there. You guys looked tough to pass. What was your goal coming into this race in terms of, were you looking to try to be the control car for most of the race, or just trying to stay out of the trouble?
I thought it would be best to stay up front and avoid the problems. I expected everybody to come in and pit at that one point, and they didn't, because we had hit the point where you could make it all the way. So we came in, and I think William had an issue with his computer and whatnot at that point, so he was going to be back in the back too. And so we put it all together, and we were going to come back up through there. I got on the flat at the start finish line and almost lost it, which set me back just a little bit. And then that big crash happened, which took William out too. So yeah, we were trying to be the control cars for most of it.
How different was it for you when you weren't? Because we saw Will get out to the lead, and I mentioned that we were going to see for the first time you be a pusher instead of the leader of the pack. Just how different is it trying to push in these cup cars than when you're actually leading the group?
Well, it's hard to see. I think that was the main issue for me, is when you're behind these cars, you're really relying on what the guy's doing in front of you. And if he's kind of going back and forth a little bit, you kind of mess yourself up, I think. And I know I did. I think that's ultimately why I got in the flat when we were behind a bunch of people, and that I got really squirrely at that point. But that's the biggest thing. When it's out front, you're just hoping that somebody locks on and pushes and kind of lets off a little bit in the corner so that they're not knocking you sideways in the corner.
Anything for him, Dan?
Great race tonight. I was going to ask you about moving to the back when you came in and pit and everybody left you all by yourself. How was that run back up to the front? Was that you and Will, or were you a combination? Did you make that kind of yourself?
Well, we were planning on running together up through there, but we were going to lay back because we knew everybody else still had to pit. So we didn't want to get caught up in anything, but we didn't want to lose sight of the pack either, just in case somebody was able to save fuel enough. But as we kept going, they kept bogging down, and I ended up having to go up to the high line at one point, which kind of left William out for a little bit. And then we started to get ready to be hooked back up, and then I got like I said, I got loose on that front stretch. I don't know if you guys saw that in any replays or whatnot, but I almost about biffed it at the start finish line one time.
Yeah, we definitely we saw you get loose. I believe because my dad pointed it out. He mentioned how he saw you get a little squirrely, and kind of what you said. You got squirrely at the right time because it slowed you down, and then that big one happened. So next week we head to Atlanta Motor Speedway. You're going to be heading into Atlanta with a 5 point lead now. How you feeling about Atlanta?
I like Atlanta, so hopefully it'll go good. I think that it kind of eats tires up a little bit, well, quite a bit more than Daytona does. So I'm looking forward to it. I don't know that I've raced a lot of cup races there, so it'll be interesting to see. I think I've pretty much only done trucks at Atlanta, but I'm looking forward to it. The season started off good.
Well, congratulations on the win. You got any shout outs you want to throw out there?
Yeah, we have our team, which is Redderer Paisley Racing. There's three of us. Brett Redderer is also our teammate. He'll be in tomorrow in the truck race. He couldn't make it tonight. But then William and myself, uh, we've got a great team. I think it's a good lineup with the three of us. Looking forward to good seasons and good runs when we're able to run together as a team. As well as my son, he does my paint job. So Mr. Willie P, he is on when it comes to Twitch and whatnot. So if you're interested, it's William Paisley on iRacing, and you can be able to get paint jobs kind of like I do, or something different, obviously, if you want that.
Well, congratulations on your win. Looking forward to seeing you next week at Atlanta.
All right, thanks a lot.
All right, now we got second place finisher Bobby Rusk in here. Bobby, you got a copy?
Yeah, I'm with you.
Well, we kind of saw you be patient there in the top five for a while, kind of sitting behind the Paisley guys, and well, the patience worked out. You're able to finish second. Take us through your race.
Well, this is only my second race in the league, and I've only been doing this since September, so I've got a lot to learn. I just kind of try to drive safe and keep myself tucked in. I suppose flying airplanes and doing acrobatics my whole life makes me real comfortable with running at high speed real close. So that helps. I'm real comfortable doing it, and it doesn't say much for all my other racing, but the big track racing seems to be real working real well for me.
You got something for him, Dan?
Oh, I accidentally hit my button. That was very interesting. So you do some aerial racing. It's a good thing you didn't get up in the air tonight. How was that? How did you avoid the big one? That where were you at when that happened? Because
Well, I did caught up in it a little bit, but I was able to kind of limp my way back home into the pits, and I ended up blowing the engine right at the end. So I was lucky enough to be able to coast in at about 50 clicks and get myself in spot, get my tires changed, and get that. I saved that fast repair for the end, luckily, and it worked out well.
Uh,
well, I know second is not what you were aiming for, but that was a good run up to second. And thanks for putting on an exciting race tonight.
Oh, it's my pleasure. It's a lot of fun racing with you guys. It's a great league, and I'm looking forward to running some trucks too. So we'll see how that works out.
I'll ask you the same thing that I did with Jeff. Coming into this race, were you trying to be up near the front to try to stay ahead of the wrecks in the middle of the pack, or were you maybe trying to sit back and let those happen in front of you?
I was just trying to do the best I could do,
Okay,
whether it was
hey, that's
qualifying
reasonable.
or all the way through.
That's definitely reasonable. We head to Atlanta next week. You did mention that you started in September, so I'm not sure if you have much experience with it, but we're heading to Atlanta. What do you think about that track?
Yeah, it's a nice track. I've practiced on it several times, and it's uh, it's right there in that group of tracks that I really like. So nice and long, and it's got a little bit of character to it.
Awesome. Well, congratulations on your second place finish, and looking forward to seeing you out there next week.
Yeah, thanks a lot. Take care.
You too. All right, now we're going to go ahead and get David Hall in here, third place finisher. If I can find him. I don't. Tell me if you find him in there, but I'm not sure if I see him. I'm going to make sure that he's not in here before we miss him. You see him anywhere? I don't think I do.
I don't see him in there either. Oh, looks like he's left us this evening.
I messaged him on Discord to see if he wants to hop into a chat. We'll see if he does. If not, well, that's all right too.
Well, it was a good way to start the season. That was fun, but that's Daytona. I'm ready for some of the more character tracks, some of the more um, take care of your tires kind of deals.
Yeah, Daytona definitely a great track to start the season, but then you, like you said, you look to start to get into the more, um, you know, tracks where you're not just flat out the entire way around. Not to say that being flat out all the way around is easy, but you actually have to start lifting at other places. So um, I'm gonna get David Hall in here. See if I can't get him in here.
David, are you with us?
Yes, sir. I'm here.
Hey, well, congratulations on your third place finish. We saw you working with your teammates a lot through that race. Was that what you guys were looking to do the most? Was stick together throughout the race until the end?
That was that was the team goal. With Big Fish Motorsports, there we wanted to, obviously we didn't want to qualify at super speedways because the big one's gonna happen, whether it happens once, twice, or as we saw multiple times tonight. We just kind of wanted to ride in the back for as long as we could until we wanted to make our move. Unfortunately, we got up front, and some of my other teammates got into a little bit of issues, and I was able to keep it clean. But yeah, the main goal was get all of us together, and just tandem draft to the front and see if people could catch us. But as we all saw, unfortunately, your plans at super speedways kind of, you ball it up and throw it out the window because that doesn't always happen.
Did you get a little thrown off by the lack of caution there at the end when you got past? Did that have anything to do with it?
No, I mean, I was glad there wasn't a caution, to be honest, because I didn't want another restart. Because I never got the restart up front, like in first or second, to lead it to lead the field around. I was either in the second row or a few rows behind, and I never got a good restart. Because some people, they wouldn't, they were all, everybody was on different pit strategies, so tires don't really matter here, but then some guys would think they do. You saw a lot of checking up on the restarts, so I never really got dialed in for a great restart. I knew he was going to pass me because he had the run coming out of 4, so I just wanted to draft with them as as long as I possibly could around the track. And then when I on the backstretch, I saw the guy who finished second place. I saw him make a move to the high side, and as any racer would, you go up to throw the block on it to get the run to keep the run continuing. But he did what any other racer would do, is duck back down and left me out there to dry. So I had to. The saying is, when I was telling my team, I made the move and I kind of made my bed there. I was like, well, I made the move. I got to stick with it and just try to drag race them to the finish. But I hate it for some of the guys like Michael Swink, the 30 car. I hate it for him because he kind of got me up there to the lead. But I hate it for some of the guys that they could have had a better finish than what they finished with.
Well, you put on an exciting finish, so thank you for that. And on the bright side, Big Fish Motorsports got a lot of mentions tonight.
I mean, that was our goal. I mean, I want to thank Logan, for really reaching out to me to be part of his team. I was really gonna run this kind of, cup schedule kind of part time, really, with having my family and that kind of stuff. Kind of run it as I, could. But when he reached out and said, "Hey, do you want to join our team and run with us?" After kind of running in this league for only a few races, I felt honored to do it, and I was like, "Yeah, heck yeah, man! I appreciate it, and I appreciate the confidence you have in me to have me part of the team and to try to make this team one of the best there is." I mean, haven't been on here long enough, haven't got to race with all these guys here, but I mean, you can't really take much from Daytona because it's Daytona. We know you're gonna wreck, but as far as I can tell, these guys in here, it's a phenomenal group of guys that can race. I look forward to running with them, and I look forward to seeing Big Fish Motorsports. Hopefully, getting a few more spots in third in the next few races.
Yeah, you head into Atlanta with a third spot in the points. Heading into week 2, how do you feel about Atlanta Motor Speedway?
I like it. The only issue is it eats up tires. I know that. It's kind of a tire strategy game at Atlanta. You can't really draft with your teammates that much. But there can be a lot of give and take between each of your teammates. Like if one person is struggling on the track, each other can help. Give like run this line, run that line. But also if we're obviously a lot slower, we can let them by, give them plenty of room. I'm just hoping that third place will carry momentum to Atlanta, but it's a whole different kind of track, and it'll be fun. It'll be interesting to have look like we had about 32 guys a night. If we can get 32 next week, it'll be a heck of a show for everybody.
All right, you got any shout outs you want to throw out there real quick?
Shout out to Matt for throwing this league together. Obviously, without him, none of us would be here. So I got to give it to him first and foremost. Got to give it to Logan for reaching out, get me on with Big Fish Motorsports, and got to thank my teammates Kyle. Fortunately, he wasn't here. Had to be with his wife and dinner. I get that. And then Fry and Justin. And then also I want to thank my wife, and I got my son in here, Chase. Named him after Chase Elliott. Yeah, he's back there screaming. He loves when I race. He loves it. And hopefully one day he'll be on here. Hopefully he'll win more races than I'll ever win.
That's awesome to hear, man. Congratulations on your third place finish, and looking forward to seeing you next week.
Appreciate it, guys, and thank you.
Yep. All right, third place finisher there, David Hall. Rounding out the interviews, there's your results. I've probably seen those by now. I've had him up there. It's a great race at Daytona. Some cautions where we expected them, and the big one happened like you always expect it at Daytona. But after 80 laps, your points have been set for week 2. as you take a look, Jeff Paisley was 70 to start off the season. Winning this race gets him a little bit ahead of second place Bobby Rusk, and well, everybody below them goes down 1 point from the guy ahead of him.
Yeah, great start to the season. This is going to be a fun ride, I do believe. A lot of good guys and a lot of exciting finishes, I hope.
Yep, and now we're going to go ahead and pull up once again the schedule for this Saturday night Send It Cup Series. Next week at Atlanta, 133 laps, 200 miles once again. And then we head to North Wilkesboro after that for 200 laps. A couple of fun tracks to go at before, we head off into the Christmas times of December, around December 24th, 5th, 6th. I believe we would have races there if it wasn't Christmas, but obviously when it's Christmas, you're going to take the time off. So a week for these guys to not think about racing and just think about being around family around that time, and we'll be back after Christmas to be racing in 2021. Hopefully 2021 will bring all of us a little bit more joy than 2020 has. And
2020 cannot be anywhere, or 2021 cannot be any worse than what 2020 has been.
Knock on wood, of course.
Yeah. My head.
And lastly, we'll talk to you guys once again about Original Rebels Racing League Sunday Night Truck Series tomorrow night, kicking off season 2 for that series at Daytona. 8 o'clock, the first duel, 8:50, the second duel, and then 10 o'clock will be your main race for that series, kicking off tomorrow night. The Friday Night Extreme Xfinity Series, brought to you at 9 o'clock Eastern every Friday, of course, unless there's a bye week. Tonight, Saturday Night Senate Cup Series, like we mentioned, in Atlanta next Saturday. 8 o'clock, or 9 o'clock qualifying. It says 8 on there, but 9 o'clock qualifying and shortly after the race. And then Tuesday Night Dirt Invader Series on Tuesdays. That is the next race scheduled after the Sunday Night Truck Series for Original Rebels Racing League, kicking off the second week of that series. And then the sister league, the Thunderstruck Super Series, they will be kicking off week number 6, I believe, for that series next Thursday. So a lot of fun series to watch and race in this league. So if you are interested in joining, look up Original Rebels Racing League on, really you can look it up on Facebook or iRacing, either which you can either apply on iRacing, or you can look it up on Facebook and message Matt Geis about joining, and they'll get you in here for either the Saturday night series, Tuesday series, or the Thunderstruck Super Series on Thursdays. Right now, the Extreme Xfinity Series and the Sunday Night Truck Series are full, but still 3 series for you to join and have a lot of fun on track with these guys in this league. But yeah, 3 of those brought to you, 4 of those, including Thursday night, brought to you by Rebels Racing Network, and Sunday nights brought to you by Intensity Broadcasting. Both can be found on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook. Any last remarks about this race tonight?
I think we've said it all about this. It's Daytona. I'm looking forward to tomorrow night. If you're watching on Intensity tomorrow night. I'm anxious to race with you and the team debut of Reaper Racing and all of our other teams out there. And a shout out to Matt for putting all this together. It has exploded. It's a lot of fun. These guys put on a good show tonight, even with the cautions that were out there. There was some good racing going on, and it's a great group of people, and I can't wait till next Saturday.
Yeah, so for us, make sure to tune in this upcoming Thursday for the Thunderstruck Super Series. But that's been all for us tonight. Zach Wetstein, Sam Wetstein in the booth. Have a good night.